Hi, friends. Today I want to talk about a bit of an emotional meltdown that I experienced yesterday. Not sure why, but I started to really miss who my daughter was as a very young baby. And for those of you who have children or maybe who have pets that have been very young, um, we time to time start to miss them when they were younger, when they were closer to us. And without giving away too many details, it was a situation where my child is becoming a teenager and was asserting some sort of requirements, needs, space as a teenager. And while I fully understood the need and granted it, yeah, absolutely, this is you're growing, this is what you need. A part of me felt like I was going to lose her. I was going to miss parts of who they are becoming, and also how close we were. Perhaps some of that came from control. I'm not really sure. Um, and so it was very emotional because I started to miss that young, very young child that I was very close with, knowing that still very proud of my daughter, of who she's becoming. I felt like, and then I sort of jumped into this thing called on the expiration date. So it's almost like all our relationships, people around us, be they our parents, our siblings, our children, there's an expiration date to who we are, who they are, what our relationship looks like. And we can get very fearful of that expiration date coming close, especially if you have aging parents, or keeping in mind that everything has an expiration date. What if we just become joyous about the fact that we're getting to enjoy this thing, the fact that we can be grateful that in this moment here and now, I still have these things, even though they have an expiration date, I still have all of these people, all of these relationships still in my life. And I started to think then about perhaps, parents and how parents have to endure sort of this space in their arms as their children start to grow up and wander and find their own lives. And while we're happy as parents for them to do that, um, we still feel like perhaps we have empty arms. And that made me quite sad, of course. But then thinking more about empty arms, I thought, well, a mother or a parent can never have empty arms because our arms are always filled with the joy of the memory of who our children have been, how closely we've held them when they were babies, how closely we've held them as they got older, how closely we hold them now, and how we will constantly support them. We will always be that safety net to our children, to our loved ones, maybe even open our arms up to perhaps our parents and our siblings, so those open arms are never empty. They're always full of some form of joy, some memory, and some not even expectation, an anticipation of what is coming. Um, so if you're someone who has experienced open arms as a mother that have sometimes felt empty, remind yourself of those wonderful memories of who and how those arms had been filled, and also the love that and the joy that that had brought to your life, and continues to bring to our lives, because we can always hang on to those memories and let them continue to bring us joy. And then even if you know that everything has an expiration, we are here very impermanently, um, to actually enjoy and be grateful that those things, those people, those relationships, those situations did exist when they did, and the love and joy and emotion that they brought us at that moment. And even if that does not exist right now, perhaps because some things have met their expiration, just the gratitude of having experienced that when we did experience it. So, yeah, I would say maybe if you have a few moments, ponder what in your life or who in your life has an expiration date, um, how they have made you feel, how that situation or those persons being in your life have made you feel, as well as perhaps that syndrome of empty open arms can now be seen differently as very full, content, joyous, open arms. Thank you.